Adventurous kids explore with education and learning what a wildlife is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovering Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West. Adventurous kids, learning and fun. Adventurous kids!
Today I'm going to tell you about tides. Tides are the rise and fall of the levels of the ocean. They are caused by the gravitational pull of the sun and moon, as well as the rotation of the earth. The rise and fall of the tides are known as the tide cycle. The tide cycle can happen once or twice a day, depending on the location of the area to the moon. Tides that happen once a day are called diurnal. Tides that happen twice a day are called semi-diurnal. An area has a mixed semi-diurnal tidal cycle if it experiences two high and two low tides of different size every lunar day. In most places, there are two tides a day. Because the Earth rotates in the same direction as the moon, the tide cycle is actually slightly longer than a day, at 24 hours and 50 minutes. While the sun and the rotation of the earth both have some tidal impact, the location of the moon has the biggest effect on the tide. The gravity of the moon causes a high tide both on the side of the earth directly below the moon and the opposite side of the earth. These two high tides draw water away from the rest of the oceans, causing two low tides between the high tides. The tidal range is the difference in sea level between low tide and high tide. In the open ocean, the tidal range is typically around 2 feet. However, tidal ranges can be much larger near the shore. Some regions of the world have a larger tidal range than others because of the differences in the shape of the ocean floor. The world's largest tidal range is on the coast of the Bay of Fundy in Canada, where the tides can change by as much as 53.5 feet from high to low tide. The highest tides in the United States are in Anchorage, Alaska, and the tides here can vary by up to 40 feet. In the Caribbean Sea, the tidal range is between 4 to 8 inches. About twice a month, exceptionally high tides occur. These are called spring tides and happen during the new moon and the full moon. At these times, the moon is directly aligned with the sun, so that the moon, sun, and earth are in a straight line. The extra gravity from the sun during this time pulls the high tide even higher. There is a proven increase in the activity of fish during spring tides. Fishing is most favorable when these spring tides coincide with sunrise or sunset. A neap tide is when the tidal range is at its smallest. This occurs during the first and third quarters of the moon, when the gravitational pulls of the sun and moon work against each other. The movement on the seabed tends to be less, as this normally results in days that are less favorable for fishing than days with spring tides. The energy from tidal forces can be harnessed for electricity using tidal turbines, fences, or barrages. It is a clean energy source that doesn't produce much pollution. Tidal turbines. These are individual turbines placed anywhere there is a strong tidal flow. Tidal fences. These are smaller structures than a barrage. A number of vertical turbines form a fence between two land masses. When the tide moves in or out, the turbines spin and generate electricity. Tidal barrages. A tidal barrage works like a dam. When the tide goes high, the reservoir fills up. When the tide drops, the dam lets the water out. In both directions, the moving water can spin the blades of turbines to create electricity. Thanks for watching this Adventurous Kids episode.
did you learn today?
Adventurous kids.
Adventurous kids.
What was the most interesting fact?
Adventurous kids.
Adventurous kids.
Adventurous